guys, it looks like there's a divide between LAPD and the medical examiner's office, and it's more about transparency. LAPD is the lead investigator. They're the lead. They're in control. They're the ones that their number one responsibility is to protect the integrity of that investigation. If they can't protect it, then everything that's done on the front end that shouldn't be done winds up getting destroyed on the back end when you're looking for prosecution. So they're making their efforts to protect. And they knew from the get-go, LAPD knew that this would be a big case because of the status of D4VD. So on September 15th, they tried to make a request for security hold. They were denied. And then recently, they got the request. The judge approved it. It looks like the medical examiner wasn't happy with it because they want transparency. But the thing is, and I mentioned this yesterday, transparency with no context is extremely dangerous. I've worked in law enforcement for quite some time, and I know there's a push for transparency. But, you got to have a story. Or else, if you get the transparency and you give the footage or whatever it is that they're asking for, and there's no context, then everybody runs amok with their own subjective narrative. So I think this was a good idea from LAPD right from the very get-go, right from September 15th. So I'm not mad at them. I think they're doing what they can to protect any conflicts. And if you look at recently with TMZ and all the stuff they put out, and as much as we say we're not going to click it because we know it's BS, we still click it because for me, I click it because I want to challenge it. So they're getting the clicks. It gets more confusing. So I 100% agree with the fact that, put this on a security hold, protect the integrity of this case, protect Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and then when you finally have an answer, and with that answer you have context and clarity, then you release it out to the public. And then, by then, if the media decides to challenge it, you have your facts and you can speak up. Because let's be honest, when LAPD was quiet, a lot of these news entities like TMZ think they could run whatever they want because maybe LAPD can't say anything because they have to be quiet during the investigation. But not no more. They're speaking back. And they're saying, TMZ, you're wrong. Justice for Celeste.